All right, we wanted to do something we've never done before. If you're watching this part right now, you need to go stay tuned for the entire video, because I'm going to put a code later in the video that's going to be 10% off any order $50 or more on our website. So that code's going to live for a certain period of time until we do a certain number of orders, and then we're going to pull it down. So if you're seeing this, the code is still active. We want you to scroll through the video or watch the video, of course, but you're going to find later in the video there's going to be a code. It's a single-use code, 10% off any order $50 or more.
It's time for another video. Normally, you see us back here doing our jam. Beef processing, bison, elk, you've seen it all. It's happening right back here. We're in the processing room at White Feather Meats. Today, we're gonna do something with chickens. A little out of the wheelhouse, because obviously we process mainly red meat here at White Feather Meats. But with the upcoming big game this weekend, we wanna show you what we like to do with chickens. That's a pretty cool way to fabricate these. It's pretty simple, and also when you cook these and you serve them, it's super, super handy. Today we're going to be seasoning one chicken with our Cajun seasoning. This is more of a peppery base, mild flavor, not super, super spicy, but really, really good on poultry. So one chicken's gonna be Cajun, the other one is gonna be our Hollywood. So we've talked about this one before. This one has a little bit of sugar in it, puts a real nice crust, a little bit of glaze on that chicken. So we're gonna do, put them head to head, Cajun, Hollywood. Let's get started. So the first thing you wanna do, you can see I have two whole birds here. These birds weigh just over 4 pounds each. So you wanna try to pick out a fryer that's a little bit larger. So you wanna flip them over on their back, like this. You want to take the tip of your knife. I've got the Victorinox 6-inch boning knife, which I'm sure you're all familiar with by now if you watch our videos. So what you want to do is you want to start right up here at the front of the neck, and you want to cut your way down to the tail. You want to start right along this backbone, just using the tip of your knife. And then there's going to be a knuckle right here for the thigh. Go ahead and cut through that knuckle, making sure that you stay right up against the meat and the bone. Work your way all the way up to the front. Same thing, there's another knuckle right there where that wing's attached. Right down along this bone until you hit that breast meat right there. You just want to, you can use your fingers a little bit to kind of pull that meat down there. So you want to go ahead and do one side and then flip it around. Start on this side. Finding that knuckle. Right down along that back. Now the great thing about this is that you're going to pull this back and this rib cage out of this chicken, but you don't have to throw these bones away. You can use these bones to make chicken broth and stock and things like that. So it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone. No pun intended. So get down here. Now, once you get to this point, you can kind of take your hand and your fingers and just pull that rib cage out of there. So now, what I'm left with is the backbone and the rib cage of that chicken removed. We'll set that aside. And check out how cool this is. That, my friends, is a semi-boneless flat chicken. You have this portion right here that's all boneless breast meat, has those tenders attached there. You have the wings, so you have the drumette and the flat of the wing, and you have the thigh and the drums, the legs are bone in. So boneless, bone in. We're gonna get these seasoned up and we're gonna get these grilled, and then we'll show you how awesome these are to serve. So there's number one. Let's get started on number two. So right down the back, get yourself a decent work surface, get a good knife. You get good at this, you can bust out a dozen of these pretty fast. The key is finding those joints, popping through those joints, and then just working that meat down along that rib cage. Flip it around. Do the same thing here. Like I said, we're red meat guys, so the anatomy on a chicken is a little bit different than what we're used to, so the muscle memory might not be quite as good, but you get the idea. This is not difficult at all. Get that down there to the front. Get those tenders started. Use your fingers. Pull that rib cage out. Just like that. There's number two. Semi-boneless flat chicken. Sort of looks like it tried crossing the road. What happened to the chicken when it crossed the road? Turned into a flat chicken. So there's number two. Let's get some seasoning on them. Before we start seasoning, if you get the bucket on the website, it comes with a shaker for free, so remember that. And then also, we have available now the refill bag. So you can go on our website and you can get just the refill bag if you already own the bucket. Let's get started seasoning. I'm gonna start with the Cajun. Got that good looking guy on there. As mentioned before in some of our other videos, we like to get the bottle elevated up off the surface. That way you get a real nice coverage of that seasoning on your product. And this is gonna this chicken is just gonna crisp up so good with this rub on here. Go ahead and flip it over. Get a real nice coat going. I can already taste that crispy chicken skin. And you can see that Cajun seasoning has that pepper in there. So the Cajun is a no sugar blend. So if you're looking for something with no sugar, but a real nice spice, that's the one for you. So there's Cajun. Now on to Hollywood. Like we like to say with the Hollywood is your 15 minutes of fame in the neighborhood when you use this one. It's got that little bit of that sugar in there. Just adds a really, really nice flavor. And it pairs fantastic with poultry. So you can see a little bit different color than our Cajun, less pepper. The biggest noticeable difference is that sugar. You don't really have to worry about over seasoning on these. Here again, since you have a lot of surface area to season, but you also it's real thick there in the breast meat and stuff. So when you go to slice it, there will be a lot of unseasoned portions as well. There it is. So 1 Cajun, 1 Hollywood, ready to hit the grill. So, you know, as we're doing this, obviously we love butchering. That's what we grew up doing. But we also love cooking. So, and we love getting together. We love having a good time. With the big game this weekend, you know, we're part of big families. And what better way to serve up some barbecue chicken than like this? Because a lot of times, kids especially, they don't like picking around the bones and things like that. So we'll show you after we get these cooked how easy they are to slice and serve. So not only are we butchers, but we love to cook and eat too. So Hollywood, Cajun, flat chickens. You saw this portion. Let's take them to the grill. Brr, it's chilly out here. Actually, you know what? I forgot to take my beard net off.
Oh no.
I'm outside. I'm gonna be by the grill. I'm no longer in the processing room. Guess what? I'm gonna get some freedom going and get rid of my beard net. Hold on. Ah, freedom. Let that cold wind blow through my beard hairs. So today we're gonna go around the front of our building and we're gonna throw these on the Traeger. 18 degrees this morning. It's pretty chilly. Traeger, Ironwood 885. Let's get them on the grill. I've got our temp set at 200. This is the Cajun bird. I've got the Traeger big metal spatula. Let's just put him on right there. Now Spencer, remind me that the Cajun one is on the right, okay?
Will do. We
So-
actually almost forgot
We almost did,
before filming this.
but we could see the pepper in this one. So get our probe in there. Don't forget that you have to probe it in the thickest part. So that breast meat, the thigh meat, somewhere in there, that's where you're gonna wanna probe it. Now, for the Hollywood bird. Just get it on the grate, like that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these up to probably right around 140, 145. This grill goes to 500, so we're gonna crank it up to 500 degrees and finish them off at 165. So check back in a second. Let's check in on our birds. I think we've got a nice smoke going. So I ended up taking these up to about 160, 158, 160. And we decided to light the birch barrel. We had so much fun with this thing when we did the porterhouse steaks, the bison versus beef, that we were like, you know what, let's fire this up, let's get the smoke on the Traeger, and then throw it over here on the birch barrel to get that nice sear. So, at this point, we're gonna go ahead and grab the Cajun bird first. And we're gonna flip these partway through, so we're gonna go ahead, do one side, and then we'll flip it and do the skin side. It's not gonna take a whole lot because this fire underneath this bird is so hot that it's only gonna take a couple minutes per side.
He gave me a very tough task. I'm instructed to stand here and I'm supposed to snap these to make sure they're still working.
How about my temp check too? I'm gonna do the
What am I
flipping.
supposed to do? Oh, you want me to use it? I was
Yeah.
like, what am I supposed to hold on to the end or something? Or put it under my tongue and see if I'm 98.6?
Yeah. I'm thinking it's not
145.
it's not gonna take a whole long
Oh, you're going to be perfect.
too much time per side. I've got this nice big flat flipper from Traeger. It's gonna be
What am I
really
going to do
nice.
with these?
I just gave them to you.
You're like, I'm like your little kid. You just wanted me to have something to do while I stood here, right?
I just wanted you to click them to see if they worked.
That is looking delicious.
So Cajun bird first, and then we will do the Hollywood. See that dripping, sizzling, popping?
She's on fire.
Put that little wingtip out there. Cajun bird's done. Now time for the Hollywood. You want to tempt me? See where we're at?
Breast's going to be about 145. Thighs are 165. So yeah, that's going to come up your additional 5 degrees or so. Ooh, yeah.
Doesn't take long, does it?
No.
So we use the pellet grill, the Traeger, and now we're finishing on the birch barrel over charcoal and a couple wood chunks. You can achieve this at home if you have any type of vertical smoker, pellet smoker, you know, offset smoker or anything like that. And then if you have a charcoal grill, of course a gas grill, whatever to get that flame going and get that nice sear on there. So just because you don't have these exact grills at home doesn't mean that you can't do the same thing at home. Couple crispy chickens made to order. Let's let them rest, slice them, and sample them.
There's your code, folks. Code YARDBIRD gets you 10% off any order $50 or more. It's single use. Invite you to use this. Once it's used up, this goes away and nobody will ever know. So if you're watching this, this code is active. Go ahead and use it.
You ready to try these, Scott?
I am.
Which one do you want first, Hollywood or Cajun?
Hollywood.
Okay.
Always try to eat whatever's less spicy first.
Pretty easy just to knock those thighs off with those legs. You can pull the wings off.
Am I just allowed to get into it?
Whatever
or
you
wanna
want.
Do something special, because
Then-
I have an idea here.
And then I'm just gonna start slicing these breasts.
Oh. Pull apart juicy. Yeah, Hollywood. And a little bit of that caramelized sweetness. The great thing about this, my family loves these because you got like the boneless breast meat like this. And you have that. Look at that bite through skin. Oh man.
Super
Juice.
juicy. Wow.
That's perfect.
Now let's
Our
try
little
the
dog was running around here. He always knows when to show up for these.
What do you want off the Cajun bird?
I'd love a thigh. Like if you could just. Oh, okay. Oh. That just hits different right there. Oh man. I'm getting those 3 peppers, that multi-tiered heat. It comes through as you get the white, red, and the black pepper, and then you get like this little back of the throat tickle. Oh, look at that. Aren't you so jealous? I can just Look at that skin. That perfect, like,
I've been busy
crispy.
slicing and you've been busy eating.
It's not a bad gig. These are perfect. I'm picking the Cajun over the Hollywood just because of the bite, like the peppery bite that it has.
It's got a real nice spice to it.
Yeah, I mean, perfect. That would probably be too much for kids.
Yeah, a little bit too spicy for kids, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm not running for the water barrel, but it's definitely, it's well seasoned too. It's not too much, it's not too little.
So this
Have
one's.
you eaten any?
I had a couple bites. I've been busy working.
Do you ever eat the little nubbin that's like the tail?
Yeah. You like
That's
that
what
part?
that is. It's tasty.
All right, so I'm gonna go for a piece of Cajun breast. Wow. So both of them are extremely delicious. I'm kind of going with that Cajun as well, just because it's got a little bit better crunch. And it's got that, like you said, that pepper. It's a really, really good, bold flavor, crispy skin. The birch barrel So real quick, Spencer, if you want to come over here.
I'll just keep eating.
And I used Scott's hot tip with the double layer of gloves. Remember that?
No.
Now I've got a clean pair. But the birch barrel, I mean, just added such a nice feature to be able to close the lid, twist it, leave the grate right on the fire on a cold day like today. Yeah, so we could just stand around, eat our chicken, keep our hands warm. And you could have achieved this just by using the birch barrel. And you manipulate your temperatures by lifting the grate up off the fire. But we use the pellet grill, and then we put it on the birch barrel. But this is what we ended up with. If you're going to cook something for like the big game this weekend, you have perfect pieces for, you know, like kids that don't want to pick around bones, and then you have your thighs with your legs and your wings. It just makes a really, really, really good dish. Super easy to make.
I haven't stopped eating since.
Semi-boneless chicken with those, you know, those bones removed on the inside, so you can just take those pieces and eat them. You don't have to pick around that back. It's pretty incredible.
Great job, Seth.
Thank you.
And you'll be sure to impress your friends and family when you present this bird and they're expecting to have the bones in the center, but the way that it's deboned like that, like you said, cross-section of the breast meat makes it perfect.
So today, we've been in and out of the store. There's been people coming in. We've been on the processing floor, through the retail. So we've definitely had a few distractions today, but we wanted to get this video done because how much we love it. When we cook whole chickens, this is how we're gonna do it. We thought maybe you guys would like it. And of course, we wanna do the comparison between the blends. For this one, Cajun kind of took the win for us. Not that Hollywood wasn't good, but just we like that heat, that pepper base. So give it a try. We think you're gonna love it. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Thanks for watching.